Let's look at part B, form trees. So here's the question. How many different trees can you find? You can use a friend in more than one tree. So in the previous video, we checked the definition. This is a great chance to keep going, keep practicing so that students are really fluent in finding trees or finding sets of trees that are not really a tree. So let's start with a random set of friends and just check if they form or not a tree. I'm just gonna pick, let's say 5, 8, and 4. Let's just try. Let's see what happens. So 5, 8, and 4. Here they are. And so you can annotate or use the Jamboards, and hopefully students can annotate in the Jamboards a lot. And then you can write in the chat, but you know, all the reasoning or just by voice. So there's several ways. Is this a set? Not quite. I just saw that regarding to the face, it's not the case that they're all equal, and it's not the case that they're all the same. Why is that? Well, we have one human, one kitten, and then the other should be a dog, but it's another kitten. So you have a situation which is like a 2 versus 1. So that just destroys a set. So a set is a beautiful set of friends because they're either all agree or they're all totally disagree. So total balance or total chaos, but you don't have this 2-to-1 situation. So it's a beautiful, beautiful set of friends. Time to try a new set. I'm gonna try 1, 7, and 2. Let's see if that works. And so if kids are not really giving you much, you could say, okay, I'm just gonna pick one, one friend, and then how could you complete this to make it into a tree? Or even you can pick 2 and see if they can find another one or reason why it's not possible to complete. Let's try to see 1, 2, and 7. And again, you don't really care about the order of the attributes, but you wanna, of course, remember that there are 4. Let's start with the item, which is one of my favorite. So you have a drink, bread, candle. Perfect. They are all disagreeing on the beverage or the item or the food that they're gonna bring. Instrument, they all agree. This is friends that are musicians, but moreover, they really like trumpets. One human, one cat, one dog. Excellent. They all disagree. And finally, the body, they really like to be diverse in clothing. So you can use these analogies, just talking about agree, disagree, so that students can reason, more easily and get a little more engaged. So we just proved that 1, 2, 7 is actually a set. Let's try to find another set. So I'm gonna think a little bit about it. Why don't I pick a 3 first? Then let me pick 6 also. So I'm just going for the Chihuahua, right? So I'm gonna pick a new friend, the second friend. It's also a dog, also likes trumpets, and then it looks kind of different in regards to the item and to the body. So what am I looking here for here? For sure, I need another Chihuahua. And so there's only one Chihuahua left, which is number 7. So I gotta go with that. If I'm gonna win, I have to pick 7. And then, fingers crossed, hopefully the other 3 attributes also check. Let's see. So Chihuahua it is, so agrees with the other 2. Trumpet agrees with the other 2. Pants disagrees with the other 2. And then the item is a candle. So he says, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. So that's another way to think of it of a set, that the third friend, whichever you call it the third friend, right? Because there's no order, but any third friend either agrees with the other 2 or disagrees with the other 2 with regards to every attribute. So that's great. Let's finally do one more. I'm gonna pick 5 to start with. And I'm also gonna pick 1. Now I want a different face. And let's think about it. So I already picked a kitten and a human. So what I'm checking here is that it cannot be a kitten. It cannot be a human. Why? Well, because it would violate the rule again of the set. So cannot be a kitten, cannot be a human. So what should I do? Well, of course, yeah, it has to be a dog. So it's either 3, 6, or 7. Those are my options right now. And then what I can see is that, for example, if I go to the trumpet, it has to have a trumpet. And if I go with the item, well, since 1 and 5 already are drinking chocolate, then the last friend of these 3 has to agree with these 2. He cannot disagree because then you would have a 2-to-1 situation. So he has to drink chocolate. So I guess number 3 is a good candidate to form our tree. Let's check. So we just check the faces. They're different animals, right? One is a human, the other is a kitten, the other is a dog. They're all musicians that play trumpet. They all drink chocolate and they're all wearing skirts. Excellent. We just found ourselves a set. So I think it's important to be flexible in the way you build a set and just thinking about, like, you have one friend, what could you do? You have 2 friends, what could you do? Or what you cannot do? Because if you always just check if a given set of 3 friends is or not is not a set, it becomes kind of robotic. It becomes like students are just machines that are just checking yes or no. Whereas if you ask, okay, I have one friend, what could I do next? Then it's more flexible thinking, more opportunities to generalize. So more, it's deeper thinking. So that's my advice for this part. Treat it with a lot of flexibility. And on to the next video in which we will explore magic plazas.